So, two stocks that I love and follow on this channel are Tesla and Enphase. And I just wanted to make a quick video updating the valuation for these two companies and kind of talking the direction where Tesla is headed. Tesla is getting more expensive and Enphase is getting less expensive. But before I do, let me do a brief introduction of both stocks and why I believe they are hyper growth stock, why I believe in this energy revolution that these stocks are igniting. And first of all, let me say the premise that this energy revolution is real. It is a real thing, right? The future is electric, and the future is independent energy generation, probably most likely out of solar and the use of batteries. And even though in the early days, solar, batteries, electric cars were heavily pushed by the sustainability green movement, today they have become obvious from a technological standpoint. Like today, the main driver of these two technologies is not the green energy revolution anymore. It's just an energy revolution because it is a better and cheaper and more abundant source of energy. And there's two reasons for that why we got there, right? Is that we've used all of the learnings from manufacturing semiconductors that we've had from Moore's law and everything that has been learned about the process of dealing with wafers and silicon, that is consistently applied to the manufacturing of solar photovoltaic cells. And this is what we've witnessed. We've witnessed solar get ever cheaper compared to the projections, and it is still getting cheaper, right? We may get commercial solar panels for very inexpensive prices at, say, 40, 45, maybe 50% efficiency in the near future. And so this is getting stunning because this means that any house without even that much roof can have enough space to place solar and generate energy for its house, and maybe a little bigger solar array for energy for the house and the cars of the household. Like this is a revolution. This is free energy. There's no movement of parts. There's the ability to just be energy independent, and these systems, I believe, are going to fundamentally change the economics of utilities, the economics of energy use, and they are just fascinating to me. Like to me, this is a revolution that is very similar to the revolution that we're seeing in the chip sector, due to its exponentiality. And both solar panels and battery are also benefiting from Wright's law, which is a theory on the cost of reductions as you scale, right? The costs are going down by a constant rate, and we've seen that for solar. Solar follows Wright's law, but Ars Technica also shows that for batteries it's about the same. So batteries have gotten 90% cheaper in the past 10 years, and what's going to happen within the next few years? What if we keep doing 30% decline for another 10 years, right? Batteries may get 4 times cheaper in 2033 than today. And today they are already very inexpensive. So I don't want to spend too much time on that, but this energy revolution is real. And while you can ignore a little change as a consumer, as a business, you can ignore a 20-mile-an-hour wind, consumers can't ignore a 200-mile wind. I mean, this thing has just begun its S-curve, or at least that is the reason why I'm invested in these stocks. Now, let me show you, and I specifically talked about powering your own house, which is what Enphase exclusively does, but Tesla does it too. The problem is that Tesla does it, but it doesn't even begin to move the needle for Tesla because all of their energy, all of their manufacturing ability prowess is dedicated to making cars. Because right now, cars revolution is a much bigger market right now. But that doesn't mean that in the future this is not going to be a bigger market. This is a video from yesterday actually, where you see a solar install that they did in College Station, Texas. Again, looks very, very neat with all Tesla's technology, and so. In 10 years, are people just going to have their home powered by Tesla, right? Independent, feeding back into the grid? that is my assumption. That is my assumption that this is going to catch on because this is so much cheaper. It's and you know, it pays for itself extremely fast and gives you independence. I mean, when you see how many people are spending fortunes on power backup generation, this is the next stage of that movement. This is an example of Enphase. So Enphase, this is an Enphase install, right? I think it's a pretty nice solar array as well. And you just put these batteries in your garage and you become energy independent. So it's an energy revolution. You know, I would be very wary investing in grids or electric utilities that are dependent on household consumers. I would be very wary right now because this is going to get cheaper. This is going to get cheaper and cheaper and cheaper over the next decade. And there's so many drivers that push this adoption of this energy revolution. Single family homes, just about anywhere, will be able to create their own electricity. This is a major shift and a major change. And what is causing the switch? Like, what is going to cause people to switch? Well, it's already started. The increase in electric bills in 2022 has been insane. And, you know, bills typically, when they are risen by rent-seeking companies, when a rent-seeking company, which is the definition of an utility, when a rent-seeking company raises the bills, they never ever lower it because they are not competing. They are seeking a rent from their competitive position. So those bills are never going to come back down. This is just not the way these companies work, even though energy is getting cheaper. Energy is getting much cheaper. But even if these utilities do investments in solar, they're not going to lower the price of these bills. So that's going to incline people to make the switch and generate their own electricity, right? Then we've had so many issues: decreasing reliability of the grid. The grid has been falling apart, and that's causing the switch. Like in so many states, you know, two out of the three biggest states in the U.S., California and Texas, have major problems with their grid. This fixes that. Okay, this does. And think about Europe. Like, that's another issue with reliability in the grid. Europe has had a bunch of issues with this winter, with governments pushing people to use less electricity, telling people you can't heat your home this much. So that's another way. If you generate your own electricity, you're less dependent from the bill and the government prices. Okay, what else? Government incentives are causing the switch, right? The federal tax credit in the US, but there's tax credits all over to finance solar energy, even though I believe that these incentives are not needed. They are there. And both Tesla and Enphase are greatly benefiting from them, and they are excited. But they're not needed. This adoption is compelling on its own. Lower prices in battery and solar panel prices are causing the switch. Okay, electrification of cars is causing the switch because the gas station is slowly going to be replaced by charging your car at home. Right, the gas station is going to be a thing of the past. You get home, you charge your phone, you charge your car. That's going to be in habit, unless you're reselling electricity to the grid. And we already see this with virtual grids, with programs like net metering. So in some state, in some jurisdiction, solar panels can be an investment. Like you can get a check from your utility for feeding in solar into the grid. So these trends are real. And even though I'm just focusing on solar right now, because that fits Enphase, and Tesla obviously is all about cars, but I just wanted to show you the performance of these companies. So the performance of the companies, you know, the numbers speak for themselves. Like this revolution has been shown in the numbers. This is the annual returns over the past 10 years, right, between Enphase and Tesla. We are both at about 50%. Enphase 52%, Tesla 49%. They both had about 50% annual returns. And if you look at 5 years, you can see that Enphase has done so much better than Tesla, because Enphase is a pure play home electrification, energy revolution, energy independence play. Enphase is a pure play of that. So these stocks, and by the way, this is from a Twitter that I like, Charlie Belillo. These stocks, you can see over the past 5 and 10 years, both Enphase, Tesla, and Tesla in the S&P 500, they've been the best performing stocks over the past 5 and 10 years. So this is literally the top 2, and you can see other very good stocks, like AMD, Etsy, NVDa. These stocks are great too, but they are not top 2. This revolution, the energy revolution, is top 2. Like, the energy is the input for the economy. Energy is so essential to the economy, and energy is getting disrupted, and these companies are at the forefront of this disruption. So let me conclude this video with what I think most of you are expecting, which is my update on the valuation. So my update on the valuation is, on January 19, Tesla was significantly better valued. It was significantly better valued than Enphase on Jan 2019. Right now, I would argue that Tesla is valued much more in line with Enphase. And the reason why I say that is because whenever I'm getting the numbers for Q4 of Enphase, these metrics are likely going to go down. And so I'm guessing that Enphase will probably be a little cheaper from a valuation standpoint, at least after Q4, or if Enphase price keeps going down. And so to me, these stocks are both good buys. I am satisfied with this valuation, considering the enormous opportunity, the enormous tailwind behind the energy revolution. And by the way, it's a tailwind that is backed by governments, right? So you have all of the planets are aligned. This is not investment advice, but I really like these stocks. So this was just an update, not investment advice. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, please subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed this edutainment only video. Thank you.